Basic crochet tutorial for beginners. 3. Look again. Yarn around the hook. Insert crochet hook into the next stitch. Hook the yarn out of the loop. You can lift this yarn up slightly. There are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Yarn around the hook again. Hook the yarn out of the front 2 loops at the same time. There are 2 loops remain on the crochet hook. Yarn around the hook again. Hook the yarn out of 2 loops at the same time. Let's continue practicing this row of double crochet. This is a standing stitch as the first stitch, so only work in the front loop. Be careful with the crochet hook, don't poke your hand. Okay, place a marker on the last double crochet. Double crochet is done. The blue marker button I forgot to take off earlier. Remove it. Let's count the stitches. Because standing stitches in double crochet count as the first stitch, start counting from the standing stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the double crochet. In the 4th row, we learn to increase stitches. Here's a demonstration of an increase stitch in single crochet. Work a standing stitch for a single crochet. Then flip the fabric over a bit. We crochet on the spot where we made the marker clasp. Remove the marker. Work 2 single crochet on a stitches. This is a single crochet increase. Put a marker on the first stitch. Continue working single crochet increases in the next stitch. The second single crochet increase stitch is done. Let's continue practicing this row of single crochet increase. Work the last stitch on a standing stitch. Only work in the front loop. Remove the marker. Okay. Place a marker clasp on the last stitch. There were 10 stitches in the last round, and each stitch worked an increase in this row. So there are 20 stitches in this round. Let's count the stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are 20 stitches in total. This is a method of increase stitch. In the 5th row, we learn to decrease stitches. Here's a demonstration of an decrease stitch in single crochet. Work a standing stitch for a single crochet. Then flip the fabric over a bit. A decrease stitch is when you pick 2 consecutive front loops and work a single crochet. Work in front loop only. The decrease stitch can be done in 2 methods. Let's start demonstrating the first method. Remove the marker. Insert the crochet hook into the front loop of the first stitch. Continue into the front loop of the second stitch. There are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Hook the yarn out of the front 2 loops at the same time. There are 2 loops remain on the crochet hook. Yarn around the hook again. Hook the yarn out of 2 loops at the same time. This is the first method. Place a marker clasp on the first stitch. Look again. Work in the front loop only. Insert the crochet hook into the first front loop. Continue into the second front loop. Yarn around the hook. Hook the yarn out of the front 2 loops at the same time. Yarn around the hook again. Hook the yarn out of 2 loops at the same time. Okay, you can practice it more. Next, the second method of decrease stitch. Insert the crochet hook into the first front loop. Yarn around the hook, hook the yarn out of the stitch. Then hook into the front loop of the second stitch. Yarn around the hook, hook the yarn out of the stitch. There are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Yarn around the hook again. Hook the yarn out of the front 3 loops at the same time. This is the second method of decrease stitches. Let's look at it again. Okay, you can choose either method, depending on your personal habits. Let's continue practicing this row of decrease stitches. This row of decrease stitches is done. Place a marker clasp on the last decrease. Let's count the stitches. There were 20 stitches in the last row, and this row is worked decrease, 2 stitches together for 1 stitch. So there are 10 stitches in this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 decrease stitches are done.